Are you a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show him who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Clark Griswold YouTube channel. I am Mr. Clark Griswold. Thank you guys for being here today. Guys, if you are new to the channel, new to the Strat, new to trading, or just struggling in your trading, this channel and this strategy is going to change the way that you guys trade. The first thing you need to do, go down below, click that subscribe button, and then hit that bell. That bell gives you the notifications for when I send out videos just like this one. Okay, this is our weekly setups, our weekly swing setups for July 11th. I send these videos out for you guys every single day. We'll be doing a top 5 list as well. I send out daily watch lists, top 5 daily watch lists. I've got over 200 plus videos for you guys to learn how to trade profitably and consistently in the stock market on any time frame, in any type of market, okay? It doesn't matter. If you go over to Twitter, I'm available there as well, at Mr. Clark Griswold. You can follow me there. You can ask me questions there, DM me there. Whatever questions you have, ask away, guys. I will help you guys out, okay? And then now let's get to the good stuff. Number one, this platform that I use is called TradingView, okay? If you guys have never used TradingView before, or you're looking for a platform to look at charts, there's a link in the description below. That link gives you a free 30-day trial. It also gives you $30, up to $30 off if you decide to use the TradingView platform, okay? So go check out that link in the description. Number two, I am out now with my TradingView indicator. I will tell you right now, you cannot find it. Where do I have it here? Griswold Strat is what it's called. But, guys, if you go to search for it, you will not find it. It is set privately, so you have to go down into the link in the description below, or you can go to my Twitter profile. There's a link in there as well. Okay, those are the two ways that you can purchase the indicator, okay? And it includes everything from this time frame continuity indicator here. It highlights these inside bars yellow for you. It highlights the outside bars in white. It gives you these little IB and OB tabs. It highlights 3-1 setups in yellow and double inside bar setups in blue. It gives you these candlestick numbers. It also gives you Sarah Strat Sniper's 50% rule indicator, okay? So it gives you all of that stuff. And it's 25 bucks. It's a one-time payment. You get it for life, okay? So go check out those links and grab that indicator to help improve your trading. What else do I got for you? I guess the last thing is the ads, guys. When the ads pop up, the ads keep these videos free for you guys. It prevents me from starting a Discord and charging you guys for all of this stuff, okay? So let those ads roll through, let the ads play through, and let the advertisers pay for your guys' education for this stuff, okay? Keep your money in your pockets. I don't want to start charging for these videos and my time to do this stuff. If the advertisers are willing to pay for it, let them pay. Let those ads roll through. Go get a drink. Go get a snack. Come back and dive into these charts with me, okay? So let's get started right now on our weekly swings for July 11th. And there are a lot of them and a lot of really, really nice setups, okay? I'm probably going to have a really tough time picking out the top 5 for this week. But let's get started. American Airlines is number one. Not number one, it's the first one on the list. American Airlines has an outside-inside bar, 3-1 setup. So an outside bar breaks the high and the low of the previous candle. An inside bar stays within the range of the previous candle. Okay, so the way we play these, we trigger. These pink lines are my triggers for the weekly. My yellow lines are always my triggers for the daily. So inside bars do not break the high or the low of the previous bar. Outside bars break the high or the low of the previous bar. Okay, so now we have this 3-1 setup. It's a powerful setup. It's rare. It doesn't happen very often. And probabilities tell us, and backtesting tell us that this is a profitable trade or highly profitable trade, and the probabilities of it becoming that are very, very good. So we can take calls on this one or buy common shares at 14.27 as soon as we trigger this pink line, and then we set our targets at the top of the preceding wicks, okay, or the bottom of the preceding wicks if we trend down with puts at 12.55. The day in the week, we don't know what these are going to be because we have to let them open up on Monday. So these are really irrelevant what they are right now, but the month and quarterly are green. But if we trend to the downside, the month and quarterly will be red, and we will be all red right across the board. I just want to go and step back here and look at the last 3-1 setup there was. And the easiest way to find that is if I scroll and I see my highlighted bars that you get with the indicator. This 3-1 turned into an outside bar. This 3-1 broke and trended up. This 3-1 broke to the downside. Didn't hit targets, but you would have profited. We'll go find, there's a double inside bar for a nice run. And here's the next 3-1. And again, this one was a really nice run. And they don't always work out, guys. High probability of them working out, but they do not work out all the time. Okay, but the probability of them performing well is very high. I'm going to start moving through these a little quicker because we have taken a lot of time already, and I know you guys are busy. Okay, Airbnb, another 3-1 setup. We just talked about it, so you guys know how they work. And this thing is just trending along this broadening formation here, and it's waiting for its reversal. So higher high to a lower low to a higher high, came back down, back up to this higher high, and then we've come back down. And could we draw another one here? Yeah, we could. If you don't know how to draw these, go check out my broadening formation video. And that's all we're doing. Okay, it's as simple as that. And we can have broadening formations within broadening formations, guys. Okay, it doesn't matter. It matters how you draw them, but you can have multiple broadening formations within a broadening formation, okay? So let's see how this thing does on Monday. Again, we have this time frame to be cognizant of. The month and quarterly are both green, but if we trend to the downside, everything's going to be red on this thing. We'll be full red on Airbnb. Okay, so we either continue our downtrend or we break back up and try to tag the top of this broadening formation on Airbnb. AFRM has a play on the day as well as the week. So the weekly has a 2 down that finished green, and this looks like a very strong bullish bar here. So we broke down on Friday, and then we trended all the way back up. We almost came back up to another outside bar, but a 2 down finished green. It's a failed 2. Okay, so our trigger is at 23.66. First target is here. Now you notice these yellow lines here. We also have an inside bar on the daily. Okay, so if we go to the daily, inside bar. Now if we trigger on the day, we are triggering on the week to the upside, okay? If we trigger up to the day on the upside, we are triggering to the week on the upside, and we can look for this thing to go long all week. AMD, let's dive into AMD. AMD, same thing, 2 down green, and we are looking for a 3-2-2 reversal here. So an outside bar followed by a 2 down, and then we're looking for a 2 up. So calls, we'd be looking at $80.47. Okay, Amazon. And guys, I guess I've done a video on my indicator, so you guys can go check that out as well, and it'll kind of give you a breakdown of how everything works and what everything is. So if you guys are looking to purchase it and you're more curious on what it is, you can go check out that video as well. And then you can decide. The link is in the description on all my videos. Okay, so outside bar, inside bar on Amazon. 3-1 setup. We'll look for calls at 116.99. First targets at the top here. Bottom targets if we trend down here. And the weekly or the daily, you can see we have this 2 yellow lines. That means there's an inside bar on the daily as well, okay? So if you're wondering about those, go check out my daily watch list videos that are already out. Okay, Activision, ATVI, 2 up, finished red. We're going to look for puts on this one at 77.61. And it looks like we also have a 2 up, 2 down reversal set up on the daily on Activision. If we go to the daily, there it is, 2 up red, looking for the reversal to the downside. So 2 up, 2 down on the day, 2 up, 2 down on the week is what we are looking for. Bed Bath & Beyond, 2 down. Sorry, inside bar. Whoops, I just moved that broad information. Inside bar on Bed Bath & Beyond on the weekly. There's also an inside bar here on the daily, okay? So if we trigger on the day, we're likely triggering on the week for this stuff. So calls at $5.95, puts at $4.44 on Bed Bath & Beyond. Ticker symbol C is Citigroup. Citigroup has a 2 down that finished green, so we are looking for a 3, 2 down, 2 up reversal. Will trigger at this pink line at $47.56. Guys, if you're looking at option plays for this, the way I play options, I'll take, let's use this one for example. So $47.56, I'm probably taking a $48 strike on this, and I'm getting it 1 to 2 weeks out, okay? I prefer 2 weeks, but you're very welcome to play a week. It's up to you guys and how you want to manage your risk, but I like to get 2 weeks out on the weekly swings, okay? CCL is Carnival Cruise Lines. CCL has looks like a 3-1 setup. There's our yellow indicator. Here's our painted outside inside bar tabs, all from the Griswold Strat indicator. Okay, so we can take calls at $9.53, puts at $8.15, and we also have a inside bar. I think it's actually a double inside bar on CCL. It is double inside bar on CCL. So if we trigger to the upside, we are likely triggering the week to go long on CCL. Okay, Comcast CMCSA. CMCSA inside bar. We can take calls at 40.21, puts at 38.91. We'll see if it can continue its bounce off of this broadening formation here and continue its trend upwards. Okay, CRM. That Salesforce has an inside bar. Looks like an outside inside. There it is. 3-1 setup. Calls at 176.94. Puts at 164.61. Let's go to the diamonds. DIA. DIA has a 2 down, finish green. We can look for calls at 315.14. And again, we have this in... if I go to the day, it looks like a 2 up reversal is what we're looking for. No, it's the opposite. So we had a bunch of these as well, where there was a little bit of discrepancy between the weeks and the days. We'll see which one goes in force. Disney, DIS. Disney had a 2 down, finish green. We can look for calls at 98.25 on Disney. DraftKings. DraftKings 2 down green. We're looking for that 3, 2 down, 2 up reversal. Time frame to the upside. But if we flip and go the other direction, this stuff will all be red. Okay, so we can look for calls at 13.34, and then the monthly we are looking to. Looks like it's got an inside bar on the month. There it is. So inside bar on the month, we'll look to break if we trigger up to the upside. Our first target is the trigger on the monthly to go long, okay? So you see how this stuff works, guys? The daily triggers the weekly, triggers the monthly, and that happens very often. It's like a domino effect. And if this happens, then that happens. So the days trigger the weeks, trigger the months, okay? DocuSign, another 3-1 setup. So we can look for calls on this one at 68.40. First target, top of the outside bar, the preceding wick. Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company has a 2 down, finish green. We are looking again at a 3, 2 down, 2 up reversal. We'll look for calls at $11.78. Fubo, same thing, 2 down green. We're going to look for calls on this one at $2.97. And man, has Fubo ever taken a tumble from its all-time highs. We go back to December, even into November, we were at $21. It's down to $2.82. What a drop. And I'm guessing if you go to the 3-month that we see how that happens. Two, 1, 3, 2. So this would have been your play here. This 2-1 reversal off of here. So we saw it coming. If we go to the yearly, did you see it coming off of the yearly? 2, 1, 2 reversal. There it is. 2 up, 1, 2 down. 2, 1, 2 reversal to the downside. That would have been your trigger right there at 15.11 on the yearly. So that's how this stuff works, guys. It's the easiest way you guys will find to trade in the stock market. The candles tell you guys exactly what to do. They tell you when to buy. They tell you when to sell. And it's really is that simple. It's just getting screen time and learning this stuff and becoming more familiar with it. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Okay? So GE is up next on the weekly here. We had a 2 down, finish green. So another 3-2-2 reversal is what we're looking for on GE. So we'll look for calls at 64.38. GME, GameStop, 2 down, finish green. We'll look for calls on GameStop at 135.60. And again, we have this inside bar, these 2 yellow lines on the daily. So we'll look to trigger that as well. Looks like we've already triggered to the downside on the monthly. So we'll see how this one plays out into next week. Goldman Sachs GS has a 2 down that finished green. So we're going to look for this to reverse back to the upside with calls at $300.89. IBM 2 down, finished green. Calls at 141.32. And this looks like we also have an inside bar on IBM on the daily. So if we trigger to the upside on the daily, we are triggering to the upside on the weekly as well on IBM. IWM, excuse me, has an inside bar, it looks like. What are we looking at here? 2 down green, barely. Okay, so what do we have on the previous bar? A low of 166.76 and 173. So 3-cent difference between these two bars. So a 2 down green, we'll look for calls on IWM at 176.95. And this is why broadening formations can be so messy. If I take those off, here's what we've got. We've tagged here, and then we've got a lower low and a higher high, and then we've come back down to the lower low. We'll see if we can come back up to the top of this broadening formation somewhere in this 220 range on IWM. See what happens there. JP Morgan, JPM is the ticker symbol. We've got another 2 down green. It looks like actually a 2 down, 2 up reversal is what we're looking for on JP Morgan. Calls at 115.65. KO, Coca-Cola. Inside bar on Coke. We can take calls on this one at 64.18. Puts at 62.42. We've already triggered to the upside on the monthly. That's this blue line. Okay. And then we have this inside bar down here. These double yellow lines. If we zoom out, double yellow lines here. So if we go to the daily, inside bar on the daily. We've already triggered the monthly. We'll look to trigger on the weekly as well on Coca-Cola with calls. Okay, Lowe's, not something I normally play. But Lowe's has an inside bar. We can look for calls at 182.96. Puts at 174.41. Lyft has a 2 down, 2 up reversal is what we're looking for. So calls at 14.03, and we've just been running along the bottom of this broadening formation here. Macy's, ticker symbol M, has a 3-1 setup as well. Calls at 18.90, puts at 17.36, and then we've got this big mumble jumble of things here. Inside bars on the daily. If we go to the daily, there's our double inside bar actually on Macy's. Okay, and then the monthly, looks like we've already triggered to the downside on the monthly. We broke that inside bar on the monthly, so we'll see what happens with the rest of the month, the week, and the day on Monday. MS is Morgan Stanley. So MS 2 down green, we'll look for calls at 77.52. This one has that discrepancy where we're looking for puts on the day. Okay, Marvel MRVL. Marvel has a 3-2-2 reversal going for it, so we can look for calls on Marvel at 47.41. MU Micron Technologies. Micron has a 3-1 setup, outside bar, inside bar, calls at 60.43, puts at 51.99. If we just head back in time, last time we had a 3-1 setup, a double. So if we go from this one, again, this wasn't a great play, and that's why I show you guys. Both of these weren't really great plays. Here's another one. This one worked out. Okay, we broke the inside bar, came all the way up, just missed targets, but this is a highly profitable play here when we're looking at options on Micron. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We've got Netflix. Netflix with an inside bar. So Netflix, we can look for calls at 190.21, puts at 172.71. And the other thing we're looking at here is this monthly bar to go 2 down. If we trigger here, we're likely going 2 down on the month. Okay, that's on Netflix. Neo on the weekly. There is no daily play on Neo, but there is this 2 down, 2 up reversal that we are going to look for on Neo. So calls we can take at $23.26. Nike. NKE has an inside bar, actually a 3-1 setup on Nike. There it is, 3-1. Calls at 108.61, puts at 111 cents. And when we're looking at these guys, I didn't mention it before, but whatever direction this is going, I like to see the day and the week in the same direction, so the same color. Now, because the day and the week are opening up on Monday, these both will be the same color, and then each chart we have after that, the month, quarterly, the yearly, we have going in that same direction, the better and highly, the more probable that trade is to work out, okay? NVIDIA is up next, NVDA, 2 down, 2 up reversal is what we're looking for, calls at 160.37. Pinterest, PINS, has a 3-1 setup. Is it 3-1? 3-2-2. Barely again. Man, these are tight. 1781 and 1779. So a 2-cent difference. This came down 2 cents, and that was it. So we can look for a 2 down, 2 up reversal on Pinterest. Calls at $20.69. And we will look to trigger on the monthly to the upside as well. Peloton, PTON, 3-2-2 reversal. Again, just barely on this thing. It's 874 for the low and then 873. So 1 penny difference between these two. We'll look for calls at 1093 on Peloton for the 2-2 reversal. PayPal, inside bar, calls at 74.75, puts at 68.77. We also have the inside bar on the weekly indicated by our pink lines here. So if the day triggers, the weekly will trigger as well to either side. Okay, Roku, 3-2-2 reversal on Roku is what we're looking for. 97.70 with the calls on Roku. SE, C Limited, 3-1 setup on C. Outside bar, inside bar. Calls at 79.54, puts at 66.19. We're also looking for a break of the inside bar on the monthly indicated by these blue lines there. Okay, SPY on the weekly. We're going to have an inside bar on SPY on the weekly. So this will be an interesting play. I always like playing SPY. We can look for calls at 390.64. Puts at 372.91. Is there a day setup on SPY? I don't believe so. There isn't. So we'll look for which direction SPY goes on the weekly, breaking off of this inside bar. Are we having a 2-1-2 continuation or a 2-1-2 reversal? Square 3-1 setup, and then we also have the inside bar on the daily, indicated by the yellow lines. The last time we had a 3-1 setup was beautiful on square. Triggered here, hit target 1, and then we just continue to trend down to the bottom of the broadening formation. So again, if we're looking at this, we've tagged the high here, we've tagged the low. We'll look to trend back up based on the broadening formation, but we'll see what happens, okay, on square on Monday. TGT is target. Target has a 3-1 setup as well. So we can look for calls on target at 150.13, puts at 139.30. Watch if we switch to the daily. There's also an inside bar on the daily on target. So if we trigger to the upside, we are for sure triggering the weekly on target. And the last 3-1 setup we had on TGT right here. And I found that because of the highlight. And look at this. We triggered here. And boom, look at that run off of that 3-1 setup. Amazing. Woo, that is nuts. The break off of that thing was crazy. You didn't have a potential reversal until here, way up here. 201.62. So that thing ran $22 almost on the weekly anyways. So there's that. TTD is the trade desk. Let's zoom in on this. 322 reversal is what we're looking for. We're also looking for a break on the monthly. So calls on the weekly at 46.81. Here's the month. Looks like we already actually triggered to the downside. So we are 2 down on the month already. So if we go back to the weekly, we'll see how this plays out. Is this going to go outside bar? If we trigger the daily, or the weekly on TTD, we can look for an outside bar for sure on TTD. And if you guys are wondering, go to the Griswold Strat indicator. You can go to your settings and click on your 50% weekly line, and that will mark it out for you guys, okay? Currently it's sitting on the previous weekly bar, but when this opens, it'll move to this bar here, okay? So we'll see what happens. Or sorry, on the monthly. Man, oh man. Come into here, go back to settings. We'll take the weekly off. We'll go to the monthly. There we go. Monthly, there we go. So if, like I said, if we trigger on the weekly to the upside, we can look for an outside month on the trade desk, okay? Uber Technologies. Uber has a inside bar on the, that's on the monthly. We go to the weekly. Uber has, what do we got on Uber? Uber 3-1 setup. We've also got a setup on the daily, but on the weekly we can look for calls at $22.96, puts at $20.83. Visa, not one I play very often because of the spreads. Inside bar, so calls at 204.10, puts at, let's move this up. Puts at 194.13 on Visa. WFC Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has a inside bar, so we can look for calls at 40.7 or puts at 38.51 trigger, and we also have a play on the daily on Wells Fargo. XEL on the weekly. Hey, XEL was 2 up, red. So we will look for a reversal on XEL with puts at $69.06. You notice the quarterly and the monthly are both red on this thing. So if we open up, we are going to be all red except for the yearly to the downside on XEL. Okay, last one here, INTC. 3, 2 down, 2 up reversal is what we're looking for. We've got good time frame continuity here. calls at 38.33. We also have a trigger on the daily. Guys, that is the list. Stay tuned for the top 5. If it's not out already, it will be. Make sure you're following along on Twitter. Subscribe down below. The link for the Griswold Strat Indicator is down below. The Griswold Gold membership is down below. The TradingView link to get the 30-day free trial is down below, okay? So all that stuff is available for you guys down below. It's also available on my pinned tweet on my Twitter page, as well as my link on my profile on my Twitter page. Guys, thank you for watching. Good luck in your trading. Sorry for the long video. We will see you on the next one, and until then, bye-bye.